Take a guess.
One of Paul's men?
Now, where's that paper? Here it is, Penny. Dated 4 days ago. And there's no mention of Paul. Jim appointed a man by the name of Coster from Phoenix as Jesse's guardian.
We've met Mr. Coster.
A good man. This is Paul's motive. He killed Jim when he heard about the new will.
And he and Mr. Gebhardt must have planned to destroy the will later.
That's right, Penny.
Thank heaven we got here before he did.
What was the first thing I taught you about snakes, Penny?
That they always travel in pairs.
Borrow one of the Herrick cars. Take this into Grover and use the side road. I'll meet you there later.
What are you going to do?
I think I'll stay here and wait for the other snake. Throw that gun behind you.
So we meet again, Mr. King.
It seems we do, Mr. Redmond.
Obviously, my friend can no longer be trusted. He can't do the simplest job for me. I must speak to him later. Where's the will, Mr. King?
I can't seem to remember where I put it.
I'm sorry to hear that. I want that will very badly. Maybe I can help you to remember where it is.
I doubt that.
Can I use the phone?
Why?
Let's say to prove a point. I'm sure you'd be very interested.
All right.
Thank you. Hello? Let me speak to our headstrong young friend.
Hello? Clipper.
Sky, I don't know what to say. They were on us before we knew it, Sky. We tried to get away, but...
It's all right, Clipper. Everything's going to be all right. You won't be harmed.
Put Gebhardt on. It's a deal, King. You'll give me the will as soon as you see that Clipper and Jesse are all right.
You win, Redmond. It's a deal.
And just to make sure that you keep your end of the bargain, King. Gebhardt, King and I are coming back in. But if we're not there by 3 o'clock, I want you to take care of our two little friends for me.
At 3 o'clock. Right.
Help me, you idiot.
So we should have done a long time ago.
Well, after 3 o'clock, we won't have any more trouble with it.
Just what do you expect to gain by this?
Money from the sale of a very wealthy ranch. You've meddled in my plans, King. But you haven't ruined them. All I need is the will.
And what about the people who know you're a murderer?
King, look at it this way. I'm holding two of the people who know I'm a murderer. When I'm out of this country with the money from the ranch sale, I'll release your friends. It'll take a little time. But nobody's going to get hurt unless I'm interfered with.
I see.
Meanwhile, you're wasting time. If Gebhardt doesn't hear from me by 3, our little game will be over before it starts.
And what if I call the sheriff now?
You won't. Because you don't know exactly where Clipper and Jesse are. And I doubt that you could find them in time. By the way, maybe you'd better give me the gun.
All right. I'll give you the will when I see Clipper and Jesse are unharmed. We'll take my plane. It's faster.
After you, Mr. King.
And as for you, my friend, get back to Chadwick.
I'll talk to you later. You know, King, I really didn't expect you to be so sensible.
No?
It comes as a pleasant surprise. But maybe a flyer learns earlier than most of us that it pays to be sensible.
Not always, Redmond.
What do you mean by that?
Too bad you aren't a navigator. You'd know what I mean.
If you're trying to pull something, King.
What's that old saying about the sun always rising in the east and setting in the west?
Sun's on our left. You're going north. Grover's south of us.
That's right. We're flying due north.
Are you out of your mind? I'll give you just 30 seconds to turn this plane around and head back for Grover.
What if I don't?
It would be a pleasure to pull this trigger.
Pull it. But I hope you know how to land by yourself.
You disappoint me, King. Look at the clock. If we're not in Grover by 3...
I'm not a gambling man, Redmond, but you forced me into it. I think you're afraid to die. I think you'll be willing to radio to Grover before 3. I think you'll tell the sheriff exactly where Clipper and Jesse are.
Now I know you're crazy. You wouldn't crash this plane.
In just about 20 minutes, I'm not going to have a choice. You see that fuel indicator over there under the clock? We've got 2 tanks. One of them's already empty. When the button lights on the other one, it means we've only got 20 minutes fuel supply left.
The button's still dark. I've got more time than Clipper has, King.
I'm afraid you haven't, Redmond. Did you ever hear the point of no return? We're flying north into the mountains. Take a look at that ground. When that button goes on, we'll have passed the point of no return. We won't be able to get back, Redmond, and I don't know of a plane in the world that could land in there.
You can't scare me, King. You may as well stop trying.
Keep your eye on the gauge, Redmond.
Why don't we do it now and get it over with?
No, not yet.
What makes you think I'd ever give in? If I die, I die. At least this way I can take you with me.
You'll give in because you're a coward. You're like every other murderer who ever lived, Redmond. You're afraid to face the fact of your own death. You're an egotist. That's a flaw in you.
I'll be executed if I go back.
You don't really believe that. Back there, you think you'll still have a chance. Maybe they'll call you insane. Maybe you'll get life imprisonment. But at least you'll be alive. Watch the gauge. There isn't much time.
King! The light!
Yes, Redmond. Now we only have 20 minutes fuel supply left. And 20 minutes isn't a very long time, is it? You better make up your mind.
You can't do this, King.
Just 20 minutes more to live. Keep your eye on that fuel gauge, Redmond. In a few seconds, it'll be just 19 minutes. Then 18. Then 17.
Stop it, King. Stop it.
Then 16. 15. 14.
All right. Turn back. I don't want to die. Turn back, King.
Hello, Grover Tower. Hello, Grover Tower. This is the Songbird. Over.
Grover Tower to Songbird. Come in, Sky. Over.
Well, where are they?
They're in Gebhardt's office.
Bill, call the sheriff. Tell him that Clipper and Jesse Herrick are being held prisoner in the office of Gebhardt, the lawyer. Tell him he must get there before 3 o'clock. Remember, before 3 o'clock. Over.
Right, Sky. Over and out.
Well, it's 3 o'clock. Let's get it over with. Start saying your prayers, kid. You ain't got long to wait now.
Not in here. Everybody in town will hear the shots.
Well, the boss said to get rid of them, didn't he?
I know, but not in my office. Look, my car's parked in the alley back of the building. We'll put them in the car and drive them out of town a ways.
Yeah. We'll take them out to a place where nobody will find their bodies. You're going on a nice little one-way ride, bud. On your feet.
Drop that gun, Gebhardt. Back up, you. On time, Pete.
Hello, Songbird. Hello, Songbird. This is Grover Tower. Over.
This is the Songbird. Come in, Bill. Over.
Sky, the boys are safe. Over.
Thanks, Bill. Thanks. Over and out.
Wait a minute. Isn't that Grover ahead of us?
I told you it was a shame you weren't a navigator, Redmond. You'd have known we'd turned back a long time ago.
So that's how it happened, Mr. Coster. Paul and Gebhardt are through bothering anybody now, thanks to Mr. King.
I can see why this youngster idolizes you, Mr. King. You've done a splendid job. I only hope I do as good a one managing the ranch for him.
I'm sure you will, Mr. Coster.
And if you need any help, Jesse, you call on me and Sky.
Thanks, Flipper. I'll do that.
Well, kids, it's time for us to go. Good luck, Jesse. Goodbye, Mr. Coster.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Bye.
So long. Bye now.
Sky, Clipper, and Penny may now be seen regularly on TV in a new series of adventure films. Be sure to watch for them.